Good morning and welcome to the only show that goes very well with your cup of joe, that is Smell the Coffee, and of course your favorite breakfast show. My name is Glenda Rashipura and welcome to another edition of Smell the Coffee. Be prepared for a jam-packed show where we have the bizarre stories that keeps you on your toes and of course the interesting interviews. Now before we move to the next section, I want to just empower you guys with some, powerful words. The word of the day today is you just woke up and you showed up. That's enough. So if you're looking for more powerful words, I think you should go look at Facebook or some social media, because here on Smell the Coffee, we are here to just entertain you. On the other side of the break, we take a look at your top stories.
Life is unpredictable and one needs to be protected against any eventuality. Get Santam legal access from as little as 50 Namibian dollars a month for when you find yourself in need of legal representation due to civil cases, criminal prosecution, and family matters such as divorce, child maintenance, and custody. It also covers labor disputes, disciplinary hearings, and unfair dismissal or retrenchment. With Santam Legal Access, you'll receive free legal advice on almost every legal aspect, whether the specific matter is covered by your policy or not. For true peace of mind and legal protection when you need it most, call us on 061 292 8000. Santam. This is freedom.
Starting us off in our news, children aged 15 and under in Denmark will be banned from using social media, the country's prime minister confirmed on Friday. Now, the nation becomes the latest in a string of countries choosing to restrict social media access to children, concerned of its ramifications on the younger generation. Both Australia and Norway have plans to restrict access for young people to the likes of Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, while others like France and Spain are considering taking action too. Last month, on the 8th of October, Prime Minister of Denmark, Mette Frederiksen, called for the ban and accused phones and social media of stealing our children's childhood. She added that we have unleashed a monster in a reference to social media, claiming that many children now struggle with reading and concentration, and mentioned how rates of anxiety and depression amongst young people have gone up rapidly. Now, last Friday, the Danish government confirmed their intention to introduce the ban. It was noted that parents will be allowed to give dispensation for children down to the age of 13 to access certain platforms. Digitalization Minister Caroline Stage Olsen said the so-called social media thrive on stealing our children's time, childhood and well-being, and we are putting a stop to that now. The legislation still needs to be passed and implemented, while a date for when the ban will come into force is yet to be confirmed. The UK has previously toyed with the idea of banning social media for under 16s, notably with a petition set up in December 2024 to introduce such measure, which reached 132,000 signatures. The matter was debated in Parliament in February this year. Do let us know what you guys think of this. Should Namibia also be moving in a similar light? Should we ban social media for our children? How good is social media for the development, especially for the early development of children? And are we hindering their progress by putting cell phones and tablets in their hands? Or can the government step in and, put some measures in place? And how would that look like? Would that be it's illegal for a child to have a phone? Or how would that look like? So let's have a discussion on this in our comment section on social media. Moving on to our next story. A report has revealed that a new trend has emerged within the office-based workforce, whereby employees are taking time off without informing their employer. The new movement has been dubbed quiet holidaying or quiet vacationing if you are American, and the Harris poll has revealed that 78% of Americans are doing it. Now, according to their out-of-office culture report, workers live in fear of being perceived as slackers, and instead of taking annual leave, they figured out a way to get a break without notifying their boss. According to Libby Rodney, the chief strategy officer for the Harris poll, the practice has been adopted by mainly younger workers, with nearly 40% of millennials millennials admitted to taking time off without letting their manager know. They managed to achieve this by scheduling messages during work hours and even outside of hours to make it appear as though they are working overtime and moving their cursor around on their laptop frequently enough so that it appears they are active online. While workers in the European Union are guaranteed a minimum of 20 days of annual leave, employees in the US tend to receive far fewer days off per annum, and therefore it explains why they tend to engage in this practice much more than those on this side of the Atlantic, or on the other side of the Atlantic rather. Now, so what's the incentive? 76% of workers said, I wish my workplace culture placed a stronger emphasis on the value of taking regular breaks and utilizing paid time off. In other words, employees feel like their bosses will look at them differently for taking their rightful and contracted annual leave days, and therefore choose to be sneaky and coy in order to keep their employers happy and under the impression that their faithful employee wants to give their all and then some for the company. The inside-ridden culture around the request is prevalent, as half, 49%, get nervous when requesting time off from their employer. Many Americans say the U.S. should lean towards the European model as it recognizes boundaries between work and personal time. That said, a report in the U.K. by People HR found employees were too busy to take all their annual leave days. Another finding of the report was that more paid time off leads to more productive employees. 66% of employees surveyed agreed if my workplace provided more paid days off, I would be more productive at the workplace. This is very interesting. I think also some of this soft vacationing and whatnot could be attributed to the fact that people just don't want to do like a full on 9 to 5. They are more productive, or at least some reports have said that people are more productive when they're working from home, or they have that flexibility to not only just be stationed in one place, and that doesn't also necessarily equate productivity. You can be productive from your workplace or from a cafe, what have you. So that's also some of the discussions online about what really constitutes productivity. Is 9 to 5 really productive, or are we more productive when we feel like we have sort of the flexibility to, let's say, work from home and I can take care of my sick child or what have you? So yeah, should we be moving more towards a workplace that is balanced and holistic, that takes care of the employee's well-being, that takes a look at the flexibility and what makes a person productive? Or should we stick to the rigid old system of like 9 to 5? Do let us know in the comment sections. Up next, we are in conversation with Chef Anjo, who tells us about his cafe and so much more. Let's have a look.
Have you ever wondered why Grandma keeps her money under the mattress? And why is Angela uninsured? The Namibia Financial Inclusion Survey 2025 will help us find all the answers. From 6 October till the 4th of November 2025, the Namibia Statistics Agency teams in uniforms with tablets will visit homes across all 14 regions to learn about financial access, informal banking and saving habits. Email us at info@nsa.org.na or at 061 431 3200.
I'm now joined by Chef Angelo, the man behind Cafe Maka. I love the motto, fuel your pace, and he is going to share with us the inspiration behind the place. But first, we'll also get to know who is Chef Angelo. Hi, how are you, and welcome to Smell the Coffee.
Thank you. Man, I'm good. Tired, but I feel great.
Yes. We're happy to actually have got you, because it's so busy here. And we're like, wow, will we even get at least 5 minutes with this man?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you called me. When you called me, you're lucky you got my attention. I was like, this sounds fun.
Yeah.
Let's do it. I'll pick some time in the day for.
Thank you for making the time. Now, getting to you as a person, let's start doing the philosophical questions. Wow. English came by boat, guys. Tell us about yourself, your background. What drew you to culinary, if I may say?
Well, I don't know. Food is life, I guess. You know, food is the essence of who we are. So for me, what brought me to this was kind of just the memories that I have throughout life. I've always been, especially when I travel, when I've been other places, it's always like I always remember the meal I've had there. You know, so I think that was a big connection. And then, like my parents are busy people, so when they always made time for us to just have a meal together, and we all sit down, like that was something that was significant. And then throughout high school, university, not throughout high school, but university, I was just cooking for myself and my friends in my apartment.
Did you have the cliche, you do one course and then you're like, oh, but my calling is this?
No, honestly, I finished my degree, so I have a degree in finance.
Oh, wow, at least you did. I have a similar story, but I was just like, I can't do this. I don't see myself ever doing this. So
I get the feeling.
I walked out of one and did another one. Yeah.
I get the feeling, like that's why I'm like, I'll finish this as fast as I can. So I ended up graduating early, and then my last year I had time. I found myself working in a kitchen.
Wow.
And so I enjoyed myself in that kitchen, and I said, all right, how do we take ourselves to the next level?
Yes.
So I ended up going to culinary school, and then here I am today.
I'm always fascinated with people that bring one career or one path, and then they decide to hit the calling. I think there's the hero's journey. I don't know if you've heard of it.
I've heard of it,
yeah. So I'm always fascinated to talk with people who have actually, answered the call and, they are on that path. And obviously it does have its challenges. Could you talk about some of them? Because I know a lot of people are trying to, follow the passion and so forth, but there's also the fear of, is
this something I can do, yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, if I was to start with the calling, it was, I think, it was crazy. It was when I started, because I was like a heavy child, so I was like 140 kgs at one point. And so the moment I started cooking for myself, I lost like so much weight from that experience. And then, but the calling was more like, I couldn't fit in a roller coaster chair. So,
oh, wow.
so I was like, geez, okay.
You were forced into it.
Yeah, I was supposed to take it serious, like what it means to look after yourself. So
exactly, yeah.
Just cooking, it took me into the space where it was just like everything else was quiet, And so now there's like just a connection between me and what's going on in front of me. I think with all these distractions around you, it's so easy to get lost, So where I understood like this was a calling is kind of like when you spend a lot of time, in isolation or solitude, whatever you want to call it, there's an honest conversation you can have with yourself, and that was kind of the chats that was going on,
So it was therapeutic in a way.
It was very therapeutic, yeah.
And I love that you talked about the fact that you started doing this initially, let me take care of what I consume because I want to lose weight and so forth. And guys, on that note, do remember that your abs are made in the kitchen. I hate that. I really hate that because I can put in the hours in the gym, but the effort of cooking and
what are you putting in your body?
Yes,
Exactly.
yes. This is why I go to the gym so I can eat whatever I want.
Oh, same. That's why I train hard, just so I can eat that.
Exactly. We're building muscle. Yes. So any challenges that you've had, especially even with setting up this place?
I signed the lease or the rental agreement in March.
Yeah.
And basically, after that, it took us until October to open. So there was challenges all along the way, from my interior designer moving all the way to Joburg, to the finances taking a while to get approved, the loan, and essentially just I think also the conversations I'm having with myself, is this worth it? Why am I doing this? And so I don't know, to go into each challenge, I know it'll take a long time, but it wasn't a walk in the park, especially when you have timelines in your head. You have a grace period of rent to get over, and once that's up, it's you're not making money, but you have to pay rent, So it was kind of yeah, it was stressful in the beginning. So
I totally hear that. On that note, we are still in conversation with Chef Angelo on the other side. I'm still in conversation with Chef Angelo, and we are at Cafe Maca. Feel your pace. I love that quote. Feel your pace. What inspired that?
Yeah, well, food is energy.
Feel your pace.
Literally, food is energy.
Food is life, guys.
Food is, and I think within the context we're in, even if they have our meals, it's like the idea is that you don't feel heavy. You know?
Yeah.
So it's like you need a halfway point of a beginner to start your day.
Yes.
This is fuel that gets you through the first part of the day, and then when you come for lunch, the second part of the day. So it's like, how do we keep your pace where it should be, or where you want it to be, you know?
I love that. I love that. And I love where you guys are situated. Could we talk about where we are currently now, where people can actually find Cafe Maca? I think it's strategically situated. I don't know if that's what you're going for, but you can tell us. Just tell the viewers where they can find Cafe Maca, and then we can talk about why this venue.
Yeah, sure. Well, Cafe Maca, how to find us? Behind Old Mutual, there's a small building where Namfisa is based called Gutenberg Plaza. It's on that one-way street before Post Street Mall. We're that big windowed place with the beautiful orange lights. Just look inside, you'll find it as the Orange Cafe, as they call it. So, yeah, it's kind of the reason why we chose this spot was it's really central. I think we're in a community where you have a lot of busy individuals who need something to just get their day going, and I think how could we contribute to that part of the community?
You are in the heart of CBD, literally.
Literally, yeah, literally.
Yes, and like I said, the first time I saw it, I was like, what does a cafe here? And I got coffee. I was not even planning to get coffee, but because you were there, I mean the business was there, I could take advantage of the opportunity because I knew I'm running around, I have too much to do. Yeah, I literally got a coffee.
I think that's the beauty of like the location, because like you'll have CEOs coming in, and then you'll have like just students also, and then remote
Exactly,
workers.
everybody,
It's just like
and the artists.
and the artists, exactly, artists too,
Okay, then I will come plug in my laptop here and.
We've got Wi-Fi, the plug points. I mean, everyone,
Yes.
people sit here the whole day and just work, So
I love this space. I love it. It's so beautiful. Can we talk about the interior design? You did say earlier on, talk about the issues or some difficulties that you had, especially around the designing of the place. Let's talk about the color orange first, and also just what inspired the design of the space.
orange, yeah. Honestly, like orange is, if you look into like, I guess color psychology, it was just like, how do you blend like joy and sort of, like red, which is like a seductive color. And I think orange is kind of this perfect blend because it's kind of like, it's not neutral, but it's more, I don't know, it's more distinguishable, you know what I mean?
As a film-ish student, we're studying on YouTube. I don't want these people to come for me, but yes, as a YouTube film student,
it's a great way to learn. That's why I say first started learning, like.
Yeah, so there's a whole psychology around color, so it's good that you mentioned that.
Right.
And obviously, bright colors look good, and orange can also be likened to the orange, not obviously the color orange, but to orange, which is a nutritious something. And I would understand why you would pick it.
Yeah, because I mean, orange is like, it's like a charged, a vitality sort of color,
Yes.
So it's meant to like charge you up in a way. So I think that's the whole idea of this. Like, how do you make a vibrant oasis in this sort of, I guess busy city center, And it's kind of those spaces where you walk in and you just like escape, you forget where you are. And then when you walk out, you're like, oh yeah.
Oh, I'm back. and that's the point as well. You want to provide relief to the everyday busy person.
Exactly.
Speaking of the space, of the place rather, I've been here only once. I had a coffee. I enjoyed it, but like I said, I was in a rush, and then I quickly got your number, I think, and then here we are. So I still don't know much about the place. So inform me and also our viewers what they can expect when they come to Cafe Maca.
Well, I think you can expect to be welcomed, to have a place where you can just de-stress, forget about the outside world, kind of just look inside, wherever, yourself or at work or wherever, reflect, or just have a conversation with a friend,
Yeah.
And so we have breakfast, we got lunch and pastries. So maca is kind of short for macaroon, because like 5 years ago I was selling macaroons from my apartment during COVID, and that's kind of how it all started. And
Really?
then, yeah,
So that's what brought us here.
that's what brought us here,
Wow, wow.
And then, from there, I think it's like, how do you create a space where it embodies sort of like a high standard, but also like approachable sort of, quality, And so like breakfast, it's my favorite meal. And especially, so anyways.
I need to make breakfast my favorite meal because I always skip it.
I skip it too, but I have breakfast at 3,
I hear. I love the food. I've not tasted anything yet, but I think I came to you and I was like, I really want to order this. And you're like, okay, we can have that. Looks like mouth-watering dishes that you guys have here. But another aspect that I love is the alcohol. Guys, it's a Friday, so I can talk about this. It's a Friday. I love that you guys have alcohol here. Was that intentional? And I think you're one of the few cafes that has that.
So initially that wasn't my intention. I didn't really want to have alcohol, but it was like just a response to the community. I think a lot of people here work long hours and they just want a space where they can sort of de-stress.
Exactly. And
cater to that.
And some of us like our coffees with a shot of something. I'm kidding. Or am I?
To each his own,
Exactly. Like no one will ever know why I'm extra happy today.
Hey, we can just feel your pace. That's all we can do.
Exactly. So I love that you guys have that combination. Then that means I can come after work, have a lunch, a late lunch, have a drink with a friend, and go home. Especially on a Friday. It doesn't need to be every day in the week, but
No, that's the idea. I think that's why we said Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday we'll open like an hour, 2 hours extra, because we just know 5:30 you'd knock off, or 5 o'clock you'd knock off.
Yes.
4:30, whatever.
Exactly. You can't knock off with us. You can't knock off with us.
There's like a
Make
couple of
room
hours
for
just to
us.
have conversations,
Yes, exactly.
Have a little good time, and then.
And I think that was my beef with some places. I was like, why are you knocking off the same time that we are knocking off? We are your customers.
And that's why we also open an extra 30 minutes just in case you want, because
Yes, I love that. Could you talk about the dishes that you guys have here? I saw one already that I ordered. Because I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, let's talk about the type of dishes that you serve here.
So, like I said, I think all the food that we've curated and designed is just things I would try, So for breakfast, there's a thing called maca muffin, which is kind of like this English muffin, sausage patty, egg, bacon, cheese, all gloved up together. And the idea is that the yolk is kind of your sauce, and it's quick to get, and it goes perfect in the morning because it's light. And just I have that pretty much every morning,
Oh, that's nice.
And it's great after the gym, especially. But I think the idea was just what would I eat, I think I love food so much that it's just like I want to share that experience with people. For lunch, there's a variety of dishes. Like I love Asian type of cuisine. I love Italian. I love French food. So I was just like, what have I come across, and how can I kind of like
incorporate it to the Namibian cuisine as well, or the
Acclimatize,
Namibian palate.
But also expand the palate, because it's just like how
please,
do you...
Please test us.
Yeah.
Please. Me, if I like one thing, I stick to it. Now you and I feel like we're gonna talk forever. I love this space. I'm going to be hopefully a regular because life is so busy. Hey, you don't even have time to sit down and have a coffee.
It's all right. We're not going anywhere.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
worry.
but I will be coming in as much as I can. Before I let you go, what can you tell the viewers just about the place? Do you have a social media page so people can follow you on? How do they find you?
So we have an Instagram called cafe_maca MACA_WHK. Where you try to keep up to date with what's going on within the kitchen, within the new menu, within whatever developments we're coming up with. What else you want to know? It's just we're a place that embraces creativity. I push my team to kind of come up with new drinks, with new dishes, and how do I refine it to make it sense? I guess financially. Yeah, I think we're a young team, we're exciting, and just want to make our mark and kind of, what do you say, set a new standard for what good food and good service should be like. You know?
And a good experience.
Exactly.
You had me at a creative too.
Yeah.
We'll be right back with more Smell the Coffee. Now, if you're looking for a place that gives you good food and good coffee, don't say we didn't plug you. On that note, we have come to the end of the show. From me, Glenn Rashipura. Until next time.